Yes, everybody. Yes, everybody. Happy Friday. I'm here with Marlie. You know him, right? Everybody knows Marlie. We are
They
here.
probably should.
Yeah, I think they should probably know that. We're here for the Arsenal versus Man United preview. The Gunners from all corners versus United across the globe. The two shows that we have on our channel. And we're going to get right into it. Have a bit of banter, have a bit of a laugh. Yes, talk. We are a little bit late, but we were having such a good discussion behind the scene. We forgot the time. But before we get into it, you know what's coming. The best intro there is on YouTube. Yes, everybody. Happy Friday. Welcome
Happy
back
Friday.
to Football United. And we're here as a face-off between the two shows and the two owners of the channel, might I add, as well. So this is makes it a little bit more raw. Can you say that? A little bit more raw, a little bit more raw. Yeah, okay, we're having that. Marlie, by the way, mate, how you doing? Happy Friday, mate. How you doing?
I'm doing well, mate. Doing well. It's awkward to be here with someone that's not an Arsenal fan. It's plain awkward. Not sure I'm comfortable with it either. I don't like the
Yeah,
kit
I
you're
know.
wearing right now, but it's good. Good to be here with one of my best friends, a guy that was nice enough to give me half his channel because for some reason he thought it was good. So I appreciate that. I love you to bits, and it's always a pleasure to share the screen with you, mate.
Bro, same back. Absolutely same back. You actually stole what I was going to say. So now I can't say much apart from well done to you, bro. Well done to you. Got some comments in here already, Marley. This should be fun. Yeah, it will be. It'll be fun indeed. Big
Absolutely.
up Talk MU. He
Legend.
says you're like, yeah, mate. I explained at the start. You know the drill. Huge game. Big up Eagle Eye Football. If you haven't watched it already, we did a stream an hour ago. A brilliant stream as well. And go and check out Eagle Eye Football, which is a Crystal Palace fan channel as well. Brilliant show it was earlier, mate. I really enjoyed doing that. Really did. Solo, haha, this should be funny. Big up Solo. One love to you, mate. Yo, Baldy, laugh my ass off. Anything to say on that? Marley, let's put you in full screen on that one.
I mean, I got to get used to those comments, right? Like, you can't spend 2 years with a Jesus looking hair and then all of a sudden shave your head and not expect some comments. It's fine. It's fine. Like, his species can't even grow hair. So he's a little, yeah.
Oh, because he's from Mars, isn't he? That's right.
Zorg. He's from Zorg. Like, we fixed that a long time ago.
Oh, so it's a different planet, isn't it? Yeah.
It's
Oh,
a different
God.
planet, yeah.
Where is that in the universe? I know where Mars is roughly. I mean, I know like
Roughly,
geography in
yeah.
the universe is a little difficult. But Marley, be kind, please, with Matt. Yeah, please be kind with me.
Come on, dude.
The
man's fought 2 world wars. Like, words can't hurt him.
That might be true, mate. That might be absolutely true. But we are terrible at the moment, mate. So please be gentle. I know you had a brilliant performance against Chelsea the other day. Maybe ask you, mate, first. How did you feel about that result? 4-2 against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Wow. And they blamed the bloody pitch. And Arsenal don't seem to care about Stamford Bridge and the grass. So what happened there, mate? I mean, good performance for you.
Good performance. It wasn't fantastic. I feel like Chelsea had a really bad defensive game as well. So like I don't think our problems are fixed. We lost 3 games in a row against teams that we should be beating. I'm definitely not going to this game too exciting. I was like this from the like talking about a couple rounds back, and we're starting to predict where Arsenal's going to finish. I was a little confident about top 4. I feel like it's still up for grabs, but I'm not necessarily too confident because Spurs does have a really like easy run of games. But United was the game I was the most confident about, like when you're talking about the big teams, because you guys have been playing worse than Chelsea, worse than Spurs for a long time as well. So I don't know. And there's like United always seems to be in a little bit of a mess. So there's
Yeah.
always a chance that teams can, like take advantage of that. But then again, whenever you have a guy like Ronaldo up front, like it's like he can just be in one of those nights where he's absolutely unplayable. I like our defense. It's been a little shaky lately, but like Gabriel and Ben White could never deal with Cristiano Ronaldo if he's playing well. Like, they can't. So that's why the game's really tough to predict because I feel like Arsenal's been better. I like our squad more than I like yours now. Like the way they're playing right now, I
So do
like
I.
them more. And I feel like Arsenal fans should be more excited than United fans, but you guys have CR7 up top, mate. So
Well, you think that makes a difference, though? I mean,
that makes a huge difference. That makes a huge difference.
it does to the fact that we might have more of a chance, but I think that I mean you look at Chelsea as well, Marley, and the way you played against them, and the fact that they've got such a strong team. I know they went out the Champions League, but you see what they did in the FA Cup, and you look at what's going on at the club as well. The fact that they might be shifting out Lukaku, Werner's back in form as well, and look, I mean for Arsenal, I mean everybody put Arsenal off on that result there. Really, they
Yeah.
didn't think they were going to get anything from it, and this is where I think Man United are actually going to beat you, Marley. Not because we deserve to, not that we're better, because we're not at the moment. We are nowhere near as good as Arsenal. I don't think we are at the moment. You have a clear direction on what your club's doing, and like Talk says here, I'm not sure whether Tommy Tickle is what people call. Is it Arteta you're talking about there? Tommy Tickle makes me chuckle, but he is a quality manager. To be fair. Is
I
he?
don't get the reference.
I think he's talking about Arteta. They might be. Please confirm that with us. Talk. But yeah, I mean, mate, I think United have got this, and I only see on paper that Arsenal should be winning. But knowing Man United, we'll play Arsenal, we'll beat you, and then we'll lose against a lower team. That's just us at the moment.
I feel like that's the feeling of most big teams right now.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of bad. I mean, you guys did just beat Norwich, which is the most obvious win one can have, right? Like in the Premier League. But Arsenal just lost 3 games in a row against teams that we should be beating. Spurs loses points to a lot of lesser sides as well all the time, and then they have good performances against much tougher competitions. It's the way everyone feels, mate. I don't necessarily agree with that. This is a game where like a lot of people are gonna say that none of the teams actually want to win, right? Like they don't play to win. They don't play to like they don't actually deserve to win any games because they've been playing crap. Like I don't buy into that too much. I don't feel like it's gonna be a good game. We're not in
Really?
good. We're not. It might be entertaining because of bad reasons, maybe because of bad defending. United's defending is just like I hate your defense. I think it's so bad. I think it's so bad. Like I got tired of talking about Maguire at this point, mate. He would not start at Fluminense. He wouldn't. He wouldn't start at Botafogo. Ask the guy that was just in the channel. By the
Yeah,
way,
big up.
big up to you, Botafogo fan. But like Maguire would not start in any Brazilian team. He sucks. He blatantly sucks, and he's like the captain of the club. Like I don't understand that. And Arsenal's defense is really young, really shaky as well. So there's always a chance that they're gonna have a couple of hiccups. You have Xhaka on midfield, so there's always a huge possibility of a red card. Hasn't happened in like 7 games, so I'm getting more and more scared that it's coming back. But
He's been playing
yeah,
good though.
like
Mhm. He's been playing good.
Xhaka, yeah,
Recently.
no, Xhaka has been one of our better players recently. But the Chelsea result, you look at it, 2 goals from Nketiah, who never scores. Like he's not at the level needed at the Premier League. If you're fighting for good things at the Premier League, he shouldn't be getting minutes. Like he scored for the first time in the league for like over a year.
Yeah.
That's what made the difference, right? Like 2-goal difference, 2 goals from Eddie Nketiah, really scrappy goals as well. Very much playing to his style. He's that kind of forward that's kind of like bugging the defense. But yeah, mate, I'm not excited when it comes to like I don't think it's gonna be a good game that people are gonna be analyzing and saying that's what needs to be done. Like I don't see that happening.
Do you think it's lost its touch, this old school rivalry that we used to have? Like, we don't seem to be able to get that back at the moment. Hopefully we can someday. I mean, no, we're like, this game is quite important, to be fair, because it's to get Champions League.
Hmm.
But it used to be for Premier Leagues, for
Yeah.
titles. So it's a bit damp, isn't it, now for both of the clubs at the moment? It's not going to be quite the exciting buzz, but I hope that does still come back. Right?
I mean, it's very depressing. We were very dominant. I mean, you guys were better, but we were very dominant for a good couple years, and we've been. You guys lasted a little longer than Arsenal did, but for a long time now, we haven't been competitive whatsoever. You guys finished second last season, but most people agree that United wasn't the second best team. Like it was a little awkward there. So yeah, it's frustrating, mate, and it's a very similar situation. Like it's tough to ask for United and Arsenal fans to be patient. I feel like it's clearer to see the path that Arsenal is going. That's why a lot of the rival fans actually feel like Arteta is doing a good job. They think Arteta is a good manager. They think Arsenal's going places, and a lot of the Arsenal fan base, a lot of the people we hang out with, can see that they're furious with Arsenal all the time. They're furious with Arteta all the time, and I don't agree with them. I feel like they overdo it. They make shit up, but I understand the lack of patience. I understand, mate. It's been too long. And it's been too long that we've tried to get better and it's not happening, at least not in the necessary pace. So yeah, mate, it's not a good year to be having this derby. It's supposed to be like one of the biggest games in the world. So yeah, it's not like it's still going to be broadcasted all over the place, but it's not one of the biggest games in the world right now. Like it's two huge clubs fighting for the possibility of maybe going over freaking Spurs to finish fourth. So
But
it's
you'd enjoy
depressing.
that. You'd enjoy that. Is there any big Man United fans out there in Brazil, mate? Like where you are?
Yeah,
Like is it?
I can easily say that it's the biggest English fan base in Brazil for sure, no doubt in my mind. You guys are huge. It's not
Arsenal are
like
too, clearly.
no, yeah, yeah. No, I have. I mean, like Brazil's a huge football country, so it's not like Brazilian fans tend to be like I'm a rare occasion, right? Like most Brazilian fans, they're passionate about the Brazilian team, and then they like United, they like Barcelona, they like Real Madrid, but it's not like me where I have like I'm an Arsenal fan as much as I'm a Fluminense fan. So when talking about my friends, like I can't point you in the direction of a huge Man United fan, no, but I know they have a huge following for sure.
I So Tommy Tickle makes me chuckle. I should have really put my mind to the test here.
Makes
He
sense.
meant
Yeah.
Thomas Tuchel. Yeah, it does make sense now. Just because we were talking about Arteta, I think I just thought maybe you were talking about him. I didn't know the reference, and nor did you. But then now it makes sense. Talk. See, you learn something new every day. He says, if we can't feed Ronnie, then he can't score, bro. So I'm guessing he's talking to you about him maybe not being such a threat because Man United don't have the threat to be able to put the balls into the player
No,
that is meant to be scoring our goals at the moment.
of course, of course. If the rest of the team was doing well and United was still like and Ronaldo was still like Ronaldo, you guys would be top of the league or fighting for the league. What I'm saying is with Ronaldo playing for a side, it's always a little tougher to predict. Because yes, Arsenal looks favorite. Like we're playing better. We have more players that are doing well this season than you guys have. But
Yeah.
you guys have Ronaldo. And even though I have absolutely no love for Ronaldo whatsoever, but you can't take anything away from the guy. Like he has the best European career of all time in
Why don't
football.
you have any love for him?
I don't like him as a person,
Messi,
but
Messi.
I
Oh, well, as a person, but as a football
yeah.
player, take away the
No, as a
person.
football player, like like there's always this like most of our football history, right? Like recently, you're either a Messi or a Ronaldo guy. I always thought Messi was a better player. But you can't take anything away from Ronaldo. I feel like his career in Europe is the best. I don't want to say he has the best career in football ever, because some gangsters in Brazil had amazing careers back in the day where Brazil had the best league. But when you're talking about European football, I don't think anyone's ever had the career that Ronaldo has. Like, he's won leagues everywhere. He's won Champions League in like two different places, or like he's just fantastic. Fantastic. So whenever you have this guy playing against you, it's tough to predict. That's why, like, I'm gonna have a hard time saying no. Arsenal's got this. Yo, like, if Ronaldo decides to play well and someone's feeding him, how the hell is G Mag and Ben White gonna deal with that? Like, we can't.
No, good point. But you got Saka, who I like actually. He's extremely good player. And did he score the other night? I believe he did score a
Yeah,
goal.
he scored a PK against Chelsea.
Right. Okay. But look, I mean, what do you hate so much about Man United? I'd love to know, Marley. I'd love to know what it is you hate so much about Man United. What is it that just makes you cringe when you hear the words Manchester United?
It doesn't. It doesn't.
No?
Most United fans I know are huge friends of mine. I I have absolutely nothing against the team. It's the biggest team in the country, which always means that it's a little more favored when it comes to refereeing. So that does piss me off every now and then. It's for most of my life I saw United as our biggest rivals. I never bought into the whole like Spurs thing because I don't live in North London. So the geography derby there, like it that doesn't get me, right? So United is Arsenal's biggest fan in my eyes. So I'm always gonna have a little bit of animosity, but it's not a team that I hate or a team that I hope blows up. It's not like Chelsea, it's not like Spurs. Like, it's I'm okay with United. I just want to do better than you.
Yeah, okay. I'll take that. I mean, look, most of my family are Arsenal as well, so I kind of like them. They are actually probably, apart from Watford, the closest club to me
Yeah.
in the Premier League. But I didn't follow allegiance to all my family. I pick and I chose what I liked. Back in 1990, mate, when Man United weren't the good team, Arsenal and Liverpool were the dominant team. So everybody was choosing them too. I chose Man United, and ever since then, I've hated Arsenal. No, I haven't. I haven't really. I'm joking. I don't hate Arsenal at all, but I do love the rivalry, mate. And I think if I had to ask myself, like, what I hate most about Arsenal, what do I hate most about Arsenal? I think from the point where they were just only satisfied with getting Champions League and didn't really want to compete to titles, I kind of found that a little bit wimpish from Arsenal. And yeah, I
That
mean,
bothered the Arsenal fans a lot more than it bothered you. But yeah.
right. Well, yeah, just because I like the rivalry between the two. I think football misses it. I think the Premier League definitely misses it as well. And like you said as well, so many Man United fans out there in Brazil and so many Arsenal fans. It'd be nice to see them actually contending for a league one year. Do you think that's ever going to happen, mate? Or do you think we're just going
Yeah,
to
no.
staying in the basement where we have been?
No. I don't think United or Arsenal is a former big club, right? Like, we're going through a really bad time in our history. Arsenal's going through a really bad time in their history for like almost 20 years now. We're coming back. We're coming back. It's a massive club. It's still got a lot of investment. It's still got a huge fan base internationally as well. It's and the rivalry thing, mate. Because I'm out of the loop. Like, I'm always gonna have less animosity. Even Tottenham. Like, I have good fun. Like, I make fun of them all the time. But like, it's just a matter of not acknowledging them as a rival, and not like I don't hate anyone. Like, Chelsea's a team that I really dislike, but other than that, dude, like, I'm out of the loop. Ever since you guys got the Brazilian twins from Fluminense as well, like, there was a soft spot for me as well. Like, I don't have that kind of. Always gonna have a smile on my face when it comes to banter. Like, I don't get angry. I don't hate anyone.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Same here as well, mate. I don't hate anybody else's opinion or anybody liking any club, really, to be fair. Anthony says, but both teams have been in poor form of recent. I'm going for a draw in this one. We will talk about what we think the prediction is going to be, Marley. He says, Matt, I say there's definitely better looking Arsenal fans than United fans.
I mean, you're looking at this stream like it's a very easy statement to make.
Yeah, apparently, yeah. Because you're the oldest one, right? You're the more wise looking, right?
Come on.
Oh, hang on a minute. No, sorry,
Come on.
got that wrong.
Come on.
Got that.
You need a close up. You need a close up.
I could just put you on solo, mate. Absolutely fine. Yeah, that can even be used as a mirror. This whole streaming thing, can't it?
That's usually how I like it, but I feel like it's a little rude to my guests.
Yeah, I can see that as well. So what on the show, mate? We're talking about Gunners from All Corners here.
Yeah.
What do people think at the moment on Gunners from All Corners since you've been doing it, mate? What do you think from the guests that you have on, the reactions? Are fans happy with what's going on at the moment?
No, I mean, I like this. It's becoming an interview. Mate, it's been a crazy experience like hosting that show, because Arsenal fans, like with the exception of some like true brainiacs, right, that like study so much, they analyze so much, that they always have they have a very unbiased opinion. Like, I'm mainly talking about Caio, even Nitesh. Like, some people think Nitesh is overly positive. No, dude, that guy understands so much about football. But like, usually you have the two sides that are so extreme. You have Steven, Static, Anthony on one side. Like, it's tough to convince them that anything's working well. You have the other side, like Rob. He's so like overly optimistic as well. Like, it's tough to find a grounded Arsenal fan that's able to look at the situation. Like, when it's shitty, it's shitty. When it's good, it's good. But it's never only shitty, and it's never only good. Like, it's football's always gonna be a shade of gray, unless you're Pep Guardiola's Barcelona. So it's fun, mate. It's fun. It's really hard to see people changing their minds. It's really hard to find people like somewhere in the middle. They either hate Arteta or they love Arteta. They either feel like Arsenal's becoming the best club in the world, or like we're getting relegated. It's funny.
Well, you don't want an agenda, do you, against the manager? We know a few people that do.
Exactly.
It is what it is. But mate,
to each their own.
To each their own, of course. Like, if you really want to just gun someone down for the rest of your life, then that's fine. Talking about managers, though, what do you think? Like, you talking about Man United at the moment. Erik Ten Hag coming in. He's a new manager. It was announced yesterday.
Yeah.
He's Ajax manager. He's been there for quite a few years. He was also in the Bundesliga. He was a coach, I believe, at Bayern Munich 2. I believe they have a second team. And I think he was the first team coach as well, I believe. Check me up on that, maybe. But then he went to Ajax. He's been doing really well there. He's got them into semi-finals of Champions Leagues with a youthful team. What do you make of this appointment for Man United, mate? On looking at it from an outside perspective, from an Arsenal perspective. Good.
Well, because I just mentioned him without a chance of defending himself, and I was just in his channel, I'm going to shout it out. I was just on Steven's channel, and he asked me something similar to this. So please, after you're finished watching this, go back and watch Introduce Yourself, and then go to Steven's channel and watch that stream. So they have a break. But brilliant. It's Nate, Ten Hag, like it sounds exciting. I feel like there's only two guarantees in the world right now when it comes to managers, right? That's Pep and Klopp. That's it. Mm-hmm. Other than that, there's always going to be a sort of a gamble, right? Like, of course, if you get Conte and if you get Sean Dyche, like the expectations are different, but it's never a guarantee of success or failure unless you get these two like huge managers that have been the best managers in the world like 5+ years. The other thing with Ten Hag is most people pretend to know more about the guy than they actually do. I'm not going to pretend like I watch a lot of the Eredivisie. I know it's a good league. I know it's a fun league. I know it's a good transition between the Eredivisie to the Premier League. It's not as weird as it is coming from other leagues in the world. But still, like, it's a league where more often than not, it's going to be Ajax or PSV winning. The
Well,
level of stars he needs to manage
yeah,
are a lot lower, right? Like he's never managed Cristiano Ronaldo. And I
yeah,
feel like a lot of people look at those crazy good runs, mainly that one where they I think they got eliminated in the semifinals, right, against Spurs a
yeah.
couple years back
3-3.
in the
Lucas Moura.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly in the Champions League. People look at them, they use that as a reference. They think it's going to work out. It might. I hope it doesn't. But I didn't study the guy enough, right? Like it's he seems to be someone that has like huge control of the squad, and it's going to be a lot tougher to have that with such a star-packed United. But then again, it seems like United is moving in a different direction where they're trying to get rid of some of the stars. They haven't been like Pogba seems to be on his way out.
Oh,
Ronaldo might be leaving. So
we even
it's
Ranić today, mate, come out and said it. I think that's Pogba's last ever game in a United shirt.
yeah, because he
So
got injured, right? Yeah.
yeah, so that's
So,
one at least. I know Lingard's probably going to be going. There's rumours of Rashford as well.
well,
Look,
Lingard's definitely not a star, but yeah, you know what I mean.
no, yeah, but they've made it seem like he has for so long, and
Yeah.
I mean star by like rinsing the club for money, basically.
Yeah.
A star
Yeah.
on Instagram, basically. Um, Look, with for me for Ten Hag as well. I actually heard an interview talking about his interview at United, and he kind of turned the tables. He was interviewing them, telling them what they are doing wrong and what they need to do to sort out this whole club, and literally gave it to them. And I believe they went away and thought about it for a couple of days. It was like, he's the most impressive person we've seen. He's so much about tactically getting it right and trying to outplay the opposition like a game of chess. Apparently, even the tea ladies, he gets them to do formations with the drinks that they serve out. He wants them all served out in a line in one row. When I don't know whether like but that's how he is as a person. He literally has everything right down to the tea lady to what he wants. And I think Arsene Wenger did that as well at Arsenal. You know, how he came in and got rid of that booze culture and start eating healthy and people not using tomato ketchup and stuff like that. I see that within him a little bit. That Ten Hag, it's nice. It's refreshing, mate. It's refreshing for someone to go into an interview and impress so much by being truthful, honest, and blunt. James Blunt, to be precise. But yeah, mate. Ten Hag for me, I'm really happy about it, mate. I think this is a different venture for Man United. If you can get rid of the deadwood, bring in players that he wants to. I know he's probably eyeing up a few Ajax players. And mate, by the way, they lost the final on Sunday against PSV in the cup. So it's not always a great. People probably go, oh, he's another Ole. He doesn't win finals. I don't want to push that out there.
Any extreme you go to, you're gonna be wrong. But yeah, answering to the control freak aspect of his whole thing, right? Like we're talking about, it always looks good to have a guy with OCD in charge, right? Like a person with OCD in
like
charge.
Wenger.
It always, yeah, it looks good. It's cinematic. It makes sense, right? Because if they control everything and they know what they're doing, sure, like it's gonna make sense. Like just quickly, you mentioned James Blunt. Just quick information there. This guy just made a lot of money.
Goodbye,
he just made a lot of money off sertanejo singers. Sertanejo is kind of like country music in Brazil. These two guys stole the they put it in the middle of the sertanejo song, and this guy, like James Blunt's, making 20% off the profit of that.
Marlie, shut the window. You're going to get all the the crows and the birds like coming towards you now. Now you've howled like that.
My bad.
Okay. So I don't know who James Blunt supports.
Late coração, cachorro, late coração. Okay.
I've never heard that version of his song, but yeah, it's very good. Well, who was that?
Yeah, no, they stole the little that's what I'm saying. And he sued them, and he's making money off their music.
Oh.
Rightfully so, because they were making money off his.
Right. That does happen.
Music United TV, everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, we go Football United TV, everybody. We do go off on topic. By the way, I haven't said this as well. We might end up pretty soon actually, because we've actually really delved into quite a lot about the two clubs. Maybe another 15 minutes. But what was I going to say? Marley, what do you think the prediction is going to be for the game? What do you think the score's going to be?
Jesus.
Jesus.
Yeah, no, it's a tough one, man. I don't feel like anyone's gonna have a clean sheet. Arsenal just had a really high scoring game. So did United. I don't see that happening twice in a row either. So somewhere in the middle, 2-1 to the Arsenal.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Okay, I'm gonna go 3-1 to United. And look, that's with my heart. My mind says Arsenal should be winning this. With the way they've been playing recently as well. I know that they had some bad results before the game against Chelsea. Lost to Palace 3-0. Patrick Vieira getting one back on you. Yeah. Big up Eagle Eye Football on that one. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, 3-1 for me, mate. I think Ronaldo scoring at least one. Obviously, because what's happened with him in the last week as well. And thoughts and prayers are with him and his family and friends as well after losing his baby. He's definitely going to want to come to the Emirates and get a goal. And, you know, one for the little man.
Yeah.
You're worried most about Ronaldo, aren't you, mate?
Absolutely, absolutely, and like I'm sure this is gonna make him want to score a goal for the kid he lost. Which, by the way, like I did say that I don't necessarily like him as a person, but dude, please, like no one deserves going through that. That I'm very sad for the whole family. A kid dying, that's always going to be a very, very, very sad thing, and I'm sure that's going to bring some heat. I mean, it can also destroy you from inside. So maybe he has an awful game as well. Uh, I'm not putting that in the equation because it can go both ways.
It's right. You
But
wouldn't question his bad performance because of
yeah,
what he's probably going through
exactly,
emotionally. It's all right saying like,
exactly.
yeah, he's a superstar. He can take this on. He can take this on his shoulders. There's no problem. The weight's okay. But
Yeah,
that's we talk about mental health all the time, don't we? And just because someone's smiling for the cameras and looking all right and going to training doesn't mean that their mind is completely fixed on what they should be doing. And same thing with Bruno Fernandes actually the other day. He didn't have a very good game, and people were like going, "Oh, he's crap" and all that. I was like, "Yeah, I know, but look, he'd just been involved in a car crash. Whether his family had been in the car with him or not, I'm not sure. I won't go into too much detail because I don't know, but it still would make you feel weird that day. It was on the same day. I mean, if I'd been in the car crash and then I went to work, I wouldn't be right at work, would I? At that, you know what I mean? I'd be like, I've just been in a really bad car crash. Shock at the moment. So this is the whole thing as well. Is yes, players get paid a lot of money. You get it from Arsenal players as well, mate. You see what happened with Kolasinac and Ozil when they got robbed. Things happen in life, and it can really like change your mindset. You might not be able to like focus on your work. So they are only human. You got to take that into account. But of course, yeah. Also, if nothing has really been going on and they have been having bad performances, of course you're able to criticize their performances on the pitch. But if you know in their personal life they're having issues, allow exceptions. I think sometimes, right?
I'm not sure like the entirety of football fans out there are gonna like be patient like that, but that's the way humans should act. Yeah.
Yes.
Like if it's like he's going through something really hard. So if he has an awful game, like people should definitely take it easy for sure, for sure. Yo, speaking of car crashes, by the way, if we haven't touched on that on the channel, I know a lot of you guys that watch us and a lot of the people that hang out with us are a little younger, but there's some of us mainly some of them. Ah, they're a lot older. So you might remember Rincon. He's one of the best players in Colombia history. He's won the Club World Cup with Corinthians. He scored the most celebrated goal in a World Cup, and like the most celebrated goal by Colombian fans in a World Cup back in 1990 against Germany. He died in a horrible car crash like a week ago, and I just want to say rest in peace because he was an idol for two huge fan bases in Brazil, a huge idol for Colombia, whose like favorite sport is football as well. He played alongside Valderrama, Higuita as well, like some legends of the game. So yeah, rest in peace to him, and
Yeah,
like hope his family as well.
yeah, brilliant for bringing that up, mate. Thank you so much as well. And yeah, thoughts and prayers go out to family and friends. And look, anybody in life that's going through anything as well. Like, I just want to make sure like people look after yourselves, honestly, because you never know. Unfortunately, you never know, and this has made it really sad. But we do know that Man United and Arsenal is going to be a decent game, mate. Did we say it's going to be a decent game? You don't think it's going to be quite as good, do you? But
I think it's gonna be awful, but it might be entertaining. That's the thing. Like I feel like it's not gonna be technically good. It's probably not gonna be tactically good because Arteta seems to. I think he's better technically right now than you guys are. But then again, we have a very thin squad, and a lot of our main players aren't there. So it's. I feel like it's gonna be a shambolic game, like the Chelsea game. So
I
it
thought it
might
was
be
a great
entertaining.
game. I thought it was
It was
brilliant.
entertaining. It was entertaining, but you look at the goals, like 5 of the 6 goals that happened could have probably been avoided by good defending.
Yeah, but it was
So,
great attacking play as well. I felt the build up to the goals were really exciting, and I just felt like something was going to happen. Even Werner's goal, I was like, "Wow, this is." I mean, Werner's, like I said, incredible. Marley, yes, thoughts with Ronaldo and family, but I thought he would take some time off after this dreadful news. Steven's here. Go check out SVD TV if you can. Hi,
do
mate. You
so.
guys good? We are good. We are good. See,
Yeah.
we've been very respectful tonight. Everybody thought we were going to like be trying to get at each other like through the camera. We're not
I
like
mean,
that.
uh, if you know Maddie and mine, like our relationship, it makes no sense for you to think that. But okay.
Yeah. What did Anthony said here? He said, good appointment, but he has got some work to do in that team. But give Ten Hag that time. That's key. Same with Arteta, isn't it? Right? I mean, Arteta's he's needed the time, hasn't he? You could have chucked him out like this season at some point, couldn't you? At the start of the season when he was doing as a horrific start for Arsenal, mate. So it's important to give managers time, right, to get their philosophy across and to be able to rebuild. Because Arsenal, like Man United, is not a quick, easy fix. It has to be given time, and he's doing all right so far, isn't he, Arteta, mate?
I think he is. I think he is. I still like I keep my same stance. I've kept the same stance for a long time for like most of this season. If Arsenal's not in the fight for top four around 37, I want him gone. Because like we've put ourselves in this position where like we were looking better for top four than Spurs and United. That's also to Arteta's merits, sure, but we were in that position. Like we're doing better. We didn't sign anyone in January because we decided not to, and Arteta had something to say about that. So if we're not in the conversation for top four within the last few rounds, I want him gone because like he's not showing enough. But if we finish fifth or sixth, and fighting till the very end, people start screaming Arteta out. I feel like it's not intelligent because we're gonna replace him with someone that's gonna have to start the process all over again. It makes no sense. And Arsenal fans, like it's funny to me that we don't have a bunch of billionaire fans because you guys should probably be winning the lottery every day because people say it with so much confidence that Arteta is never gonna become a good manager, like they have crystal balls. I don't know how they can say that. I don't understand. I just don't. But like I'll wait until the end of the season to see if I want him here next season or not.
Yeah, but I mean, look, I mean, he's won something at Arsenal.
Yeah, he's
Do
won
you know
it
what
a
I'm
couple
saying?
times.
He's won the FA Cup. I'm not trying to say wow, like suddenly he's the best thing since sliced bread, but you got to take the chance on him. He has learned under a very decent manager. You've got to say that, and you got to take that on board. The fact that he's going in a club like Arsenal, which is kind of like Man United. It's now considered a franchise. You know, I saw a thing the other day where the roof was leaking at the Emirates Stadium, right in between the two dugouts, and it's not even raining. So like there, and it's happening at Man United. Same thing. It's exactly the same thing. Both NFL teams seem to be winning and doing well and having great stadiums, openings, and it kind of makes you think like that. To me, Arsenal and Man United in the last how many years? I don't know. People can put it to themselves. I'd say probably since the owners really came in. To be fair, for both clubs, that they've been feeding the NFL and their teams in Tampa Bay and LA Rams. Would you agree with that, mate? Do you think we just are feeding clubs at the moment?
I mean, they also own the Denver Nuggets, good NBA team. It's yeah, mate. It's depressing to see, but like I'm tired of talking about ownership too. Like, and I do feel like like these guys really like they don't give a shit, but it's not like they want to lose, right? And they do like the structure they have. Like it's most owners don't go ahead. Like it's not like Newcastle is gonna be for a couple years now. It's not like Man City. Most owners don't go ahead and waste their money. Just like they're now willing to spend more money than they make. So it's about the people that these guys hire. So we should always be talking about Edu and Arteta more than we should be talking about the Cronkies because there's very little that we can do about that one. So yeah, that's what was your question again? I feel like I got distracted.
Just saying that you got to give Arteta time. Basically, he's learned well from Pep Guardiola, and it's
Oh
going
no,
to
and
be.
you were talking about the owners like
Well,
feeding
yeah,
the
that's true.
NFL
Yeah,
with this.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
And I think
depressing, mate, and I hope it changes, but
no, I
I
think
won't see
the
it happen.
Kroenkes are realizing. I think they realize quicker than the Glazers. I think the Glazers tried to cover it up by bringing in Ronaldo, Varane, Sancho. Go, yeah, well, look, we'll just get the players that you've been asking for in social media because Man United really do go on what people are talking about when it comes to Man United, and they try and do what's right to make more social media business, basically. So,
Yeah.
what was he saying there, mate? What was he saying? Sorry, I have to read it. Matt, no, Matt,
Oh, I thought
Matt,
you
no,
said
mate.
it already.
Arteta's run out of time. Pure league record, Premier League record is no different to last season, so there's no improvement. Well, it is because you didn't make Europa League, and now you're definitely in Europa League, and you definitely could make Champions League.
Yeah,
You
we just had this conversation. Steven thinks that the entirety of the league got worse and we just stood the same level. That's why we're a little better.
You've progressed a little bit, mate. A little
That's what
bit.
I think. That's what I think. Yeah.
It might not be a lot. It might be a baby step, but it's better. Should
Yeah,
have
no, that's my. It's not fast enough. Like I'm never gonna say
no,
fast enough.
of
But
course.
yeah.
But you can't. Yeah, I just you can't. I mean, that performance against Chelsea the other day, I don't care. It was brilliant. I don't think you've beat Chelsea at Stamford Bridge for a very long time either. Should have got top four in the position he was in. He's definitely got to go, Matt. Enough is enough. What? Get a manager that's attacking and works with you. Then we don't have to change the project. We, what was you doing against Chelsea? You let in 2 goals because you were attacking. You weren't fully defensive. You weren't parking a bus. You weren't like, right, we got to get a point because we could lose this if we try and go for it. You went for it. Chelsea at the end of the match blamed the pitch. That's how bad it was for Chelsea. They had to blame the grass for their performance, and they even had to bring back the Real Madrid where they lost at home in the Champions League. So look, come on, Arsenal didn't complain about the grass. Why? It's only 11 men versus 11 men. So why didn't Arsenal go, yeah, pitch was crap, but we dealt with it all right? This is exactly what they did. If it is the case, at the end of the day, it's the same pitch. It's not like Arsenal's half was better than Chelsea's half, and then they switched it around. Do you know what I mean, Marley? So, I don't agree with you, Stephen. and I'm a Man United fan, and I'd love to be able to just be like, yeah, get rid of Arteta, just get Sean Dyche in or something like that, and just call it a day.
No,
Who would have-
again, I should always say, because some people might be watching this for the first time and think I don't, like, I love Steven to bits, and I fully understand his frustration, right? Like, I do. I simply feel like he's gotten to a point where, like, he really doesn't see it when there's something
No, he
positive.
doesn't. Look, he's going, Matt, we conceded off score. Yeah, but you won 4-2. You're 1-4-2. What? It don't matter whether you. It doesn't matter. The end result was 4-2. You beat Chelsea 4-2. The World Club Cup champions, Champions League winners, got a great squad, better than you on
Oh,
paper.
much better.
You beat
Much
them.
better.
You tactically beat them. I'm not saying Arteta is the best manager in the world, mate. I'm not saying that suddenly now everybody should be bowing down and trying to look at him, trying to grab him into bigger clubs because he's that great. He's maybe not. Let's wait and see whether the Kroenkes actually back him this summer and let him buy the players that he really wants, because he's had to do a rebuild, mate. It's very difficult to do a rebuild from scratch.
Yeah.
Ten Hag's got the same thing at Man United. He's coming into a club where it's just going to be so difficult to get your philosophy and your mentality through to the players that you've got there, and that's why there's a big clear out that's needed at Man United. And Arsenal have tried to do that. You see Aubameyang as well, Marley's. That was a risk. Some people would like to sort of say, well, I'm going to take that sort of player for the next 6 months at least and keep him there and try and get the best I can out of him. But Arteta was like, no, he's the captain. He's being an arse, basically. And we need to get rid of those sorts of players if we're going to evolve and move on. And look at what people are doing at Arsenal. They're actually making a voice for themselves with the way that they're playing football. And it's beautiful to see. Saka's got more comfortability, I think, without Aubameyang. Definitely 100%. And Ketia, like you said as well, Marley, getting the 2 goals. Yes, I know he hasn't scored for quite some time, but now there seems to be some confidence and he seems to want a place in the team. And I think that's a beautiful thing. And it's only from the manager getting the best out of the players and making them want to wear the shirt with pride. Is that not a good analogy?
No, I'm with you. It's Aubameyang scoring a buttload of goals for Barcelona. It's so it's so
But they're
unfair
getting knocked
to
out
the
of everything
universe.
left, right, and centre, aren't they? So it's not like it's
What?
really paid off for it. It's not like it's really paid off for him. I mean, do you know what I mean? Like, he's at Barcelona. It's a great club. It's a big club. He's been scoring lots of goals. It's been great.
Yeah.
But they're still off the mark. They're still being knocked out by Eintracht Frankfurt in the
Oh
Champions
no,
League.
yeah. Sure. No, but that's not what I'm talking about. The thing is, like, he was so bad for Arsenal. Like, he looked like the worst striker in the Premier League at that time. Like, he couldn't score anymore. Like, shots where the goal was right in front of him and he missed it. And he went to Barcelona. Sure, Barcelona is not fighting for anything, but he's scoring a lot of goals. I feel like ever since he got here, he's probably the highest scorer after Benzema in the league. I would assume so. But and that plays into our heavy Arteta outers. Like, it plays into their speech so easily. And the matter of the fact is, he didn't want to be here. He wasn't playing well. He wasn't going to be scoring this many goals if he was still here. And yeah, mate, it's what I've been saying. It's tough to ask Arsenal fans to be patient. I get why they're not, but we're not going to get better from one day to the next. It doesn't happen overnight.
Right.
There's no managers that we can get that are going to fix us in a year or two. They don't exist. It's only Klopp and Pep. They're not going to leave Liverpool or City to come to Arsenal unless they have like a very vivid dream. It would make no sense. So we're gonna have to be patient, mate. And I feel like Arteta right now is showing to be as good of a gamble as most managers people talk about. Cousin mentioned Roberto Mancini, dude. Like a couple years ago, sure. Right now, like I don't think I would sack Arteta to get him. I really don't think I would. A lot of people were like mentioned Simeone like every other week. Now people gave up on mentioning that because the dude, like, he's very pragmatic. He only cares about defense. Like, I don't know. I feel like we should like try to trust a little more. And I know it's tough. I know we've been bad for so long. I know the projects we've had ever since 2004 haven't worked out. But still, like, you got to have some faith, mate. Otherwise, we're all going to kill ourselves.
Well, not me. I'd be more than happy
No,
if you
no,
want
no. Yeah.
to. But
Not if we kill ourselves, but yeah.
but you know, no, you know what I mean. Like, but I mean,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I'd be happy to see Arsenal not do so well and
yeah.
fans being bitter. But yeah, mate, I completely 100% agree. I just see a direction with Arsenal. I'm not saying necessarily that it's been so great that Arteta's like really changed everything around straight away. I don't think he can do that, and I don't think Ten Hag will do that in his first season either. And I want to give him the time because that's one thing Man United, apart from Ole, haven't done for their managers. Give them time. And I think we made a mistake with David Moyes because you see what he's doing at West Ham, and you see also with Louis van Gaal, we won the FA Cup, then we got rid of him like the day after. Just like they made bad decisions to board, and sometimes when you're an American owner, especially, and you don't really know the sport, it might take a while for someone like Ten Hag or Arteta to come into the club and say, "Look, we need to sort this out from top to bottom, and it needs to be my way or the highway because you won't get anywhere unless you like take on what the manager sees around the club." I mean, you see what Brian Clough did with Derby and the way he managed it from top to bottom, like even scrubbed the walls, you know, before other teams came into play. It needs that. It needs like blood, sweat, and tears from a manager. I think that's really what it needs. Rich Sports
Exactly.
says, "Oh, sorry, Molly, go on."
No, no, I was just agreeing with you.
Oh, thank you. We always agree with each other, bro. It's all good. It's all good. Rich Sports says Luke is going to be pro Arteta if they get top four. Big up, Rich Sports, and everybody that's tuning in.
Probably not, but
Probably not. No, maybe
yeah,
not.
knowing Luke, I really don't think so. But sure, a fair comment. There's a couple in here that sorry, I'm gonna host for 2 seconds here just because the
Please
comments were
go
like,
through all the comments if you can, Marley.
yeah,
Please.
cousin. I know Mancini had a successful career in clubs before managing Italy, but I'd like you to point me in the direction of the last manager that did well in international football and went back to club football and was great, because I don't remember it. And mate, I don't want to be disrespectful, but I kind of do. If I manage a club that's playing England in a final, I'd beat you too. You guys are like Spurs. It's you guys are not going to be winning any finals, mate. It's not like he just got kicked. Like he's now going to be in the World Cup. He just failed to get Italy, one of the three biggest nations in football. They're not in the World Cup.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like that's enough credentials. King Said, he's usually like more tet out, but like he's the best one. He's so like, look at that. Like that's exactly how people should think. Let's see where we finish this season first. If we make top four, it's an improvement. If we don't get top four, it's a fair discussion. If we miss out on top six, he should go. Perfect. That's exactly my stance.
Right. If you don't make Europa League again,
yeah,
you have to get into things that you weren't in last year to be an improvement. That means you've
love
moved
you
up
to bits, King.
Did it not?
Long live the king. The king has spoken. His word is law. So
King
listen to it.
Let me hang on, Marley. Let me go back to
Go ahead.
Go back on Rich Sports' pitches are like snooker tables these days because he said about the excuse from Chelsea. Sorry, mate. Go back to what you was going to there. We've got quite a few here, haven't we? Big up panel from King Said, of course. Yeah, Marley. Where was you?
I think it was here. I'm not being patient for another 5 years with some crap that comes out of this club. They've been saying for the yeah, no. I've been defending you. Like I know that it's hard to be patient, but the thing is, like getting rid of someone too fast, it's never gonna play in our favor, mate. It doesn't work that way anymore. Like there's no one that we can bring that's gonna automatically fix us. And if we're too impatient, we're always gonna abandon the project mid-project, and that's never gonna work out. It's gonna be some slim pickings for a while, mate. Like we gotta deal with it. But I do see an upward curve, and I feel like it's very clear for people to see. You just gotta fight that instinct of like being not you specifically, Steven. Again, love you to bits. Just Steven. People that are a little too extreme on the Arteta out thing. It's like you just got to open your eyes a little more to notice that there's also some good stuff happening. We have the youngest squad in the league. We're in fifth right now. Dude, this exact team, you take Xhaka out in 5 years, it's an amazing team. It's an
Yeah.
amazing team. Everyone's at a great age that they're only going to be getting better and better and better and better.
Right.
There's like that's it. That's it. Sorry, I think I can give it back to you now.
Hang on. Because we are going to finish up, everybody. Smash the like, share, subscribe if you can. There are 6 people in the room. We are at 55. We've got a few minutes left. What do you think, Marlie? Rather than put up with the same crap that these deluded fans keep doing, if we don't demand more as fans, like Liverpool did with Klopp when he took, but he didn't have a good time the first season he went in, mate. Klopp took a while, mate. He finished what was it in Europa League places when he first went in. I don't even think that maybe one of the year, maybe 7th or 6th. So it doesn't work like that when you first go in, mate. You got to give it time. Alex Ferguson took time. I know Arsene Wenger came in and got the Premier League in his first thing, but this is a guy from Grand Passat, Japan. No one really knew about, and he had so much confidence, and he just knocked Alex Ferguson off of his perch. And you ask Alex Ferguson today, he's like, incredible from him. So you got to give people time. It's not like it just went right now. Arsene Wenger hasn't won the league the year after. We'll get rid of him again. No, it's like no.
Dude,
let me go back.
You can't say it enough how fortunate Liverpool was with their business in a little like spell of like 2 seasons or so, because everything they did worked out so well. Like everyone knew that Salah was playing great at Roma and that Alisson was a good goalkeeper, that Van Dijk was a great defender for Southampton. But no one knew that Van Dijk was going to become maybe the best center back in the world, or at least one of them. Alisson became the best goalkeeper in the world, or one of the best. And Salah became the second best winger in the planet. So like they were very fortunate with the business. That's why it took a little, not as long as it's taking Arteta. We haven't bought this Mohamed Salah. He doesn't exist. Like he's the best winger in the world right now. We haven't found that goalkeeper that's as good as Alisson, but I feel like we're in the right track. I really do.
Stephen, they lost the Europa League final with Klopp, and they lost the Champions League final, and they hadn't won a Premier League, didn't win anything. So it's okay. Maybe they did win, get the top 4 in the first season. I need to check back on that. Apologies if I have got it wrong. So I'm just literally going off heart here at the moment. But that doesn't excuse the fact that you've got to give it time. You've got to give people time, mate. Otherwise, they're not going to be able to do anything. And you can't say as well, mate, just to be honest with you. I mean, you can say whatever you want because it's your opinion. But getting a better manager in when you've got a project already going from the manager is not going to, it's going to change the project because they will have a different way of doing things. But Marlie, we are reaching the end, mate. It just really turned into a really good discussion at the end here, bro. We could have gone on for a little bit longer, but I think we can save it for the match reaction because, like you said, what, 2-1, Marlie?
I said 2-1,
yeah. I said 3-1 to United. So that's how we're staying. Smash, subscribe, share, and like, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to us today. It got really good there at the end. No, King Sight, big up to you. I think Klopp finished 8-4-2-1-4. See, that's what I was thinking. I think it was low down on his first season. I know he might have come in during the season as well. So please, someone check up on that for me. But they got there. Matt, Arteta didn't. I've given enough time. No, you haven't given enough. Ten Hag, another manager we missed out on. He could have come in and no need to start again. Well, you would be.
How do you know that?
You can't know.
Ten Hag's never managed in the Premier League. It's a gamble.
It's all love, Stephen. It's just that I don't.
Yeah, that's the thing. If he says love, guys, in the end, we're all good. So, but I strongly disagree with you, though.
Yeah, so do I, and I'm a Man United fan. I strongly disagree with you, Stephen. It's just give him more time, all right, mate. I know it has been on and off sometimes. You had a bad start to the season, but look at Man United at the moment, mate. You've got much more of a good impression as a football club compared to Man United right now. It's absolutely poor. So that's it, everybody. We are going to finish up now. Marlie, love you, bro. Nice one. We haven't done one since New Year's, so
no, really, I missed this.
Just quickly, we got 45 seconds. Tell everyone about when you're next door, mate. What's going on?
Yeah, well, go back to last night. I had a great chat. It was a little last minute, but I had a great chat with Johnny on Fita. We spoke about Argentinian football. Pay attention to the beginning because there's something so cool in Argentina because they actually have like a system where they decided what the big clubs are. And I feel like we should bring the discussion to the channel at some point. But it's always a pleasure to be with Johnny because he's such a freaking football nerd. The partnership we have with Golasso Kids, which is his online store, that's also dope. And stay tuned to all the content we have coming up. And for the summer as well, we're going to be dropping the GFAC and the United Across the Globe mostly, and talking about transfers a little more.
Cool, brilliant. Everybody, go check out Theta that was on last night. Go check out the show that we did earlier with Eagle Eye Football, and do give us a like, share, subscribe. We are finishing off now. I will just quickly read out these last two comments, just to quickly do it. Great discussion, guys. This summer will be crucial for Arsenal, and we will finally find out if Arteta is the guy or not. Completely agree. Kingsight works with youth and plays attacking style football. I won't until we challenge again. Fair enough, Stephen. It's up to you, mate. Smash, share, subscribe, everybody. We are finishing off right now. We are on the hour mark, and have a brilliant rest of your weekend. Right? Come on, United. Oh, is that it? You're doing a Gareth Bale love. Look, there you go. That's an Arsenal fan for you there.
I think it's such an Anthony move to finish the stream shouting something. I'm never gonna do that. I'm too, I'm too nice.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna put the heart there.
Yeah, big up everybody. Have a good weekend, all right?
I love you, Anthony, by the way. Love you, cuz.
Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.